Right. Let's see. I hope everybody out there is having a wonderful day, and we absolutely appreciate you guys stopping by to check out the Super Mario Odyssey action.
Remember, we are brought to you by the lovely organization Urban Arts. You can type !UA for information or !donate in the chat if you wish to donate to Urban Arts, which would be absolutely amazing if you are available.
Definitely something I would recommend. Urban Arts is just an incredible program overall, and we'll talk on them again a bit later in the Urban Arts Kingdom.
Otherwise known as Ruined Kingdom.
A decent start here from both runners, not too bad. And, Cap Kingdom is one of those kingdoms that's like pretty straightforward. Not too much ever happens here, but things can definitely happen, just like we see Eek here. Unfortunately, having a lot of trouble hitting that switch.
We even
Rage
got a rage.
capture.
You can see even Eek decided to light the lamppost there with his hat. That's just one instance of you throwing Cappy homing on exactly everything that you don't want him to.
Yeah, I think he was just having a little bit of trouble seeing that switch, so letting up that light post made it a little more visible for Mario.
You're probably right on that one. But I think you understand. I'm understanding.
PsioNIck there going to be missing a left side, whereas EEK did not. And already EEK coming back with some of that time. Very interesting Cap Kingdom for sure here.
I mean, by nature, I think a lot of us don't find Cap Kingdom very interesting, just because we see it all the time, every single run. And
especially if you're watching the higher up runners, like just the smallest mistake in Cap Kingdom, reset. So yeah, I can definitely see that.
I think I mentioned this before that, in Cap and Cascade, for a lot of high-level runners, if they're basically not playing on gold in Cap and Cascade, they're going to reset.
Yeah, the kingdoms are just so short, there's not a lot of time save once you get up and up and up in your time.
No, in Cap and Cascade, definitely not a lot of place for time save. The later, longer kingdoms are where you start seeing the gap widen for sure. No DSS attempts. We've only seen a couple of people in this tournament go for DSS in races, just because it can be very inconsistent. And even if you are consistent, missing it can lose you time compared to just doing Dino Skip.
Absolutely. I know, looking on the stat sheet here, I believe PsioNIck has only done DSS one time, but he did happen to actually get it. So he's got a perfect DSS record so far in the league here.
100%, that's what you love to see. A lot of people, as far as Dino Skip concerns, what we just saw both runners do, some people will make the argument that the game developers knew you could do that. Because that trampoline is very conveniently placed.
Yeah, not to mention, the developers did in fact go in and in 1.3 patch stuff out, whereas you can do the Dino Skip. In version 1.0, you can do Dino Skip without collecting the first moon, and it triggers the cutscene for the fight. But in 1.3, if you skip that first moon there, you can't trigger the fight.
True.
So definitely something they might have either had an idea about or ended up looking into after a lot of, after it got super popular in the community. Which,
yeah, I mean, there are a few places like where if you take the Gushin over to the lighthouse, in Seaside Kingdom, Cappy will actually say, "Hey, you figured this out," you know. So there are, ways that the developers will tell you, "Yes, we knew that you could do this."
Very nice chest clip from both of these running here. They're gonna be moving their way out of Cascade Kingdom. And actually, on another note like that, they have something very similar in Lake Kingdom as well. If you do that Cappy jump and wall jump off the wall and get up to where those Goombas are, Cappy will be like, "Yo, yeah, like that." And then see, this Cappy says, "Oh, nice jump," because there is an entire sequence of like opening the zipper and swimming through to the other side. But then they're also like, if you just jump over this, that's cool. We got you.
Exactly.
It's really interesting that like some of these things they definitely knew about, where also some of the other things in 1.0 they did not know about, and some of the stuff they ended up patching in 1.3, which is
Most
it's a
of the
little
stuff they
unfortunate.
ended up patching, though, are clips.
Yeah,
Clipping through things like, things like the jump over the wall in the lake or dino skip. You're not actually doing any movement or being anywhere they didn't want you to be. You're
right.
just kind of exploiting things. Whereas, like Sphinx Clip, what they did patch out here in Sand, you're actually clipping out of bounds through a wall. And obviously, they don't want you doing that. So that's more what they chose to patch.
I do gotta say, why'd they have to make the pyramid so hard to clip into on 1.3? Like, come on, I can't do it. Sad to say, no matter how much I practice it, I just can't.
Yeah, I mean, most clips aren't patched. Sphinx Clip is patched. You can't do it. And Turnip Clip in Luncheon Kingdom, also patched. Um, But, roll cancel clips are harder, but possible, like Anime was mentioning. Um, some people will, some roll cancel clips are harder than others. Uh, like Outfit Clip in a Lake Kingdom, that one's a very hard roll cancel clip. Whereas some other clips, like in Metro, a lot of Metro's walls, you can just basically roll through them. So,
Kind of great. Ooh, just a small minor amount of trouble getting up here. We saw PsioNIck do a reverse town, and it looked pretty good. And you can see that, not too many mistakes made by PsioNIck, or really not too many by EEEK. And you can already see PsioNIck, the reverse
you
town
say
seen in a
psionic
couple of
really weird.
seconds. Psionic, yeah. I don't know. I guess my
I
brain's
just
saying
keep
it like
hearing
two
it
different
and I'm
ways.
like, this sounds so weird.
My brain is going with the easy pronunciation. I don't remember what they call that. But I'm spelling it out, and that's what I'm saying. All right, Psionic here, getting a nice reverse Jaxie. See if Eek can do the same. Ooh, gorgeous. Looking great.
A lot of these movement strats and these runners in particular, such high level runners, they make this movement look so clean and
Oh,
so
yeah.
nice.
It looks great. I love watching high-level SMO, because you just see Mario moving like butter, and it's just like, oh, man.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Oof. Eek, getting that moon. I didn't think the cactus was moved enough, but apparently it's all good.
That cactus, you only need to move it like a few frames and you can still ground pound. Like you barely have to move it at all.
That is so silly.
Sometimes you can move it, ground pound, take damage, but you still get the moon. So, yeah, you really only need to move it like just a teeny tiny bit in order to get the moon.
Both runners with a very nice single throw there, but Eek's looking a lot cleaner and just a tad bit faster than Psionics.
However, Eek is going to be slightly behind Psionic here.
Yeah, you know, despite the minor mistakes coming out of EEEK here in Sand Kingdom, he's definitely still keeping his own here up against PsioNIck. You know, not too far behind. Something you love to see in races.
What would you say, like maybe like an 8-second-ish difference?
Let me check the stat sheet. Oh, the stat sheet, right. Okay. Yeah, I'd say probably about maybe 8 or 10 seconds.
Don't check it. Why not?
Don't worry about it. Oh,
Ooh.
PsioNIck. Luckily, gonna be able to back that up pretty quickly, but very unfortunate. No! PsioNIck taking a bonk there on the cliff. Luckily, gonna be making it to the zipper. He gonna be saving a little bit of time there, though. Oh, but
Ooh,
he losing
bonked
that
his
time
head there.
immediately.
Having a little trouble getting his cap out of bounds there. PsioNIck didn't.
Oh
Oh
no! Eek clipping back inbounds. Very unfortunate. Gonna have to do the Ringo route here.
At first, I thought Eek was just gonna bathtub, which means you stay out of bounds, but you're still you're not like high. You're in the water. But clipped back in. Now he's got to do Rango.
Definitely unfortunate late kingdom here for both runners. Oh, I forgot I'm not supposed to do that.
Yes, Eek. Well, Eek didn't miss late clip. He clipped back in.
Yeah,
So I
he
guess
got
you
the
could
clip.
say missed, but he got the clip.
he
But he
did
clipped
he
back
did
in.
get the clip. He just didn't get the movement afterwards, unfortunately.
Exactly.
All right, and as you can see here, PsioNIck gonna be leaving Lake Kingdom while Eek has to sit and wait through this moon cutscene. Gonna be losing quite a few seconds here.
Yeah, you might think the multi-moons are fast, especially with fast bosses, because you get free moons and you also get a free warp back to the Odyssey. But the major difference is there's long cutscenes in between.
PsioNIck gonna be out of Lake Kingdom here. I think I saw a 13-0. I literally had the number in my brain and it's gone. Excuse me. I think maybe a 13-0 like 9.
13-0 something.
Crud. I apologize.
It's fine.
And Eek probably about 15-20 seconds behind. It definitely lost quite a bit there. But there's definitely still plenty of game to go. You know, we've got a lot of kingdoms happening.
And then there's Wooded, you know. It could just happen right now. Anything could happen in Wooded.
Oh yeah, lots of tricky movement here. Lots of tricks to do. Anybody have that long 7TV emote? I was trying to tell somebody about it the other day, and I just could not remember the name for the life of me.
Well, the problem with Wooded, too, is it's just such a large kingdom. You know, there's so much ground.
A lot of time that Mario's got to spend here traversing. There you go, thank you, yeah.
Is it that one?
Roll boost. Roll boost FRS, double roll boost, roll cancel, triple jump. That saves like 0.15. Beautiful.
0.5, not 0.15, 0.5.
Oh, 0.5, sorry. Yeah, the T looked like a 1 for a second. I have a fun little font that I use. All right, PsioNIck getting a nice nut clip here. Oh,
Ooh,
Oh no!
It's
And
fine.
PsioNIck!
Not fine. Okay, not fine. Not fine. Not fine.
PsioNIck gonna be landing in deep woods. Very unfortunate here. Eek
Can we get
gonna
some
have a
not like
nice chance.
thises in the chat? Not like
Eek.
this.
Eek gonna have a chance to catch up here. PsioNIck gonna have to grab that nut to get out of deep woods. You cannot escape it without that nut. I mean, I guess at this point it's really a seed since it's making a big beanstalk, but... There we go.
I mean...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, PsioNIck, he looked like he was gonna stay, you know, out of bounds, maybe be okay, lose some time, but be fine. And then he fell, and he fell into deep woods. And in that situation, he much rather would have died than fall into deep woods. Because it takes so long to get out of there, and you can't warp out.
And
how much time
also,
is that? Like 50 seconds, maybe?
It's also really bad, not just falling into deep woods, but he also didn't get the clip moon, so he's going to have to back that up. And Eek here having a little bit of trouble falling down, but luckily not to his death. Is he going to checkpoint? He will. Honestly, can't blame him. It's been a very rough game for him so far.
Yeah, PsioNIck is most likely going to get that piranha plant moon to replace the moon where you get the tank moon that's in the wall. Okay, PsioNIck went for the checkpoint, missed it. So let's hope he doesn't fall again.
Well, to be fair, you know, if he kills the piranha plant and gets that moon, then he doesn't need the checkpoint. Ooh,
true, but he could fall around this corner before he gets the piranha plant.
Very true, very true. PsioNIck having just quite a bit of trouble there with that one nut moon. Very unfortunate. Very intriguing how the tables have turned.
I mean, this is a bad wooded for both of them. PsioNIck's is just worse.
Right. There we go. Good FRS here from PsioNIck. Very nice. Eek needing to go into flooded pipes to grab 2 moons. I find it really fascinating that there's a clip with the moon, the first moon here in flooded pipes. There's a clip that can save you about 5 seconds, but it's actually really only viable in 2-player. It is actually possible to do the clip in 1-player, but like it takes time and setup, and it's just not worth it in a speedrun. But it is possible.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say you can do it in 1P. However, it's not very RTA viable. At least not right now.
Oh, PsioNIck having a bonk. Gonna survive. Just a very, very unfortunate wooded for him here.
And like I said, coming in, anything can happen in wooded, and it did.
Beautiful.
And it did.
All right, I'm gonna remember this time. Eek coming out with the late 1848. Decent movement here for PsioNIck so far. See if he can get a nice cycle. Oh, very nice.
Those are good pipes. I mean, it's good
nice.
flooded pipes.
Ooh, very nice cloud boost there from Eek. We see him ready to take on the first instance of Bowser.
Snipe his hat. Punch him.
Gonna be getting that hint art over here. And PsioNIck gonna be coming out at a 1940, almost an entire minute behind EEK now. Deep Woods, just an absolute
Killed
horrible
it.
thing to have happen during a run and definitely during a race. Probably much worse during a race because you can't reset.
Yeah, I mean, that would have 100% been a reset if this wasn't a race. 100%.
Oh, and an even better Cloud Booster from PsioNIck. Luckily not bonking on that wall. That was very, very sketchy.
I wasn't scared. I
That's good,
wasn't
that's
scared.
good.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was fine.
That's good. I certainly was concerned. All right, EEK now into Lost Woods. Gonna be hoping for a nice meme tree here. And it
Lost
looks
Woods.
great. Oh,
Just gonna ledge grab there. Okay, fine.
EEK, please.
Eh?
Okay. We're
At
good.
first I thought EEK's screen was frozen for a hot second because he was just holding that ledge.
I think he was just trying to figure out what the heck to do because that was hella sketch.
Yeah, so that ledge is there because the game developers want you to throw your cap at the Trebeetle and then hold that ledge so your cap can go underneath you and break those blocks.
You know, just some very, very novice strats. Strats.
Words are hard.
True.
Oh no! Oh!
Missing the cap bounce.
Looked like he was trying to go for a roll cancel bounce there.
Yeah.
And then he missed his cap.
Very nice. Roll boost dive there from PsioNIck. EEK going for both cage triple and reverse Trebeetle and getting them both nicely. Making Lost Kingdom look like a pretty decent kingdom, barring that strange little ledge grab. And he's gonna be out of there.
You know, as cool as roll cancel bounces look, and they do look cool, they can do you dirty pretty easily, so.
All right, PsioNIck here gonna be hoping for the reverse Trebeetle as well. And he gets it. Very nice.
Alright, EEK in here to the Night Metro. We're gonna be traversing the kingdom in the exact way the developers do not want you to do it. PsioNIck is missing his cage triple, luckily did not die.
Oh my god, dude! Ledges in this game. Mario's feet were practically just floating on air there.
Okay, PsioNIck just decided to go for, instead of the iron cage, he went for the stone cage there. Realized he did not break that. Now is going for this bridgman and dying. Oh my god.
Oh no.
This is
PsioNIck just having an absolute meltdown during this race. Very unfortunate.
oh man. You know, this just goes to show you when one thing bad just starts to happen, everything is just cascading. Oh man.
Oh, the
Okay.
bridge moon sucks to mess up. That's for darn sure. Like, at least you can get back to it pretty quickly, but gosh. There we go.
You know, this
PsioNIck.
Lost Kingdom was something.
This is definitely something very unfortunate here for PsioNIck, but he's gonna be out of here.
And I'm sure he's very happy to be gone.
Yeah, this is just absolutely not a nice Lost Kingdom for him today.
No. He missed. So what happened there, to break it down, is he went for the triple dump, cage triple like normal. His cap did not hit the cage, he fell down. Then he decided to go for the iron cage. The stone cage, apologies. And then he jumped up, realized his iron cage wasn't broken, went for the bridge, missed the bridge, died, and went back for it. Died again.
And again missed it
And
twice.
again died. So
yeah, very, very unfortunate loss for PsioNIck here is EEEK. Fighting the Meckler, one of the bosses that I just really don't like.
you don't like Wiggler?
I like Wiggler in general, but I really dislike the boss fight. It's slow, it takes a lot of time, and while the hitboxes are nice, if you hit one in the middle, it takes out the two under, around it.
Correct.
If you get into an instance where there's just one all by itself, or even two, the hitboxes just become extremely jank and harder to hit. And it's like,
This is true.
why did you guys develop the hitboxes like that? Come on. Come on. How couldn't you be consistent?
I mean, the hardest part is more when the Wiggler kind of twists over itself, because then the hitboxes are even worse. Like it doesn't have, like, the Wiggler can cross over over itself, and then when you try and do that, the boxes are not where you think they would be. So
Yeah, I just don't like it, and I like being able to skip it in minimum captures.
you can skip it in minimum captures, yes, but that's not a very popular category. So
You could technically skip it in 2-player any percent as well, but you'd have to do a CRC without switching back into 1-player, and this is kind of tricky, and only a few people have really done it. So
2-player any percent isn't super popular either. Most people do it, like, if there's like two speedrunners meet up, like two top level speedrunners meet up and they're like, hey, let's do 2-player any percent and see how good we can get.
honestly, like, I feel like if you're gonna do 2-player speedrunning with 2 people, you gotta have like really, really good chemistry, because knowing when to bounce Cappy and knowing when to throw Cappy is gonna be like, you have to share that knowledge. Because if you throw Cappy and player 2 isn't expecting it and player 2 goes for a Cappy bounce, you just basically killed the bounce there.
Sure. But a lot of people would argue that the way to do 2-player speedrunning is with 2 people. So
I mean,
hey,
that's fair. I know one person who has a low 59 and an unrecorded 58 with the 2-player any percent, which is pretty wild. It's just him.
I mean, 04 dude is pretty popularly good at 2-player with himself.
I've heard of that name. I don't think I've actually seen him.
He used to have Darker Side world record as well.
Ah, very neat.
All right, so we got both of them here in the day metro. EEEK is much further ahead. PsioNIck missed his dram there, captured the pylon too early.
Took a heckin' bonk. Yeah, I know Gorgonin. He's my bud. He helped me out quite a bit. He was the guy I had in mind. Both runners getting a very good clip there with the moon. I was going to say what specifically, but I couldn't tell. PsioNIck there getting a very nice dram. You could see Cappy already on the cone as he got the moon. Very, very clean. And EEEK getting a nice roll boost right onto the moon.
Yeah, that dizzying heights, which is where he just dove off of the top of the tower, is not very big, so getting a good roll is hard because there's not a lot of space to roll off of. Nick is in the slots where EEEK is getting his last moon.
Definitely just an unfortunate, just some minor mistakes here for PsioNIck. The Mecha Wiggler looked good. If I remember correctly, the tower movement looked great, but just some minor mistakes here and there. Gonna lose him a little bit more time, which he definitely, it's not something you want when you're this far behind.
Honestly, what Nick wants to do probably would be the smartest move is to play as clean and consistent as he can to try and get as close to EEK as possible, because that's where the majority of his points are going to come into play.
Absolutely. Unless something happens to EEK, which it still could. There are many kingdoms to go. But if not, PsioNIck is definitely going to want to stay as close to EEK as he can to maximize the amount of points coming out of this league.
Right, yeah, I mean, there is the strategy of going for broken and trying to win. However, knowing that you have a competitor with such a good time and that's so consistent, you know, do you really want to use that strategy?
Right.
But it is an option.
Yeah, you know what they say, you know, tricks save seconds, movement saves minutes.
That's true.
And it's kind of wild how true that is.
Especially in platforming games. You know, in some games, tricks can save minutes. In some
Oh, yeah.
games, that's possible. But in a game like Super Mario Odyssey, it's really the movement.
Very true, Sarah. Very true.
I think you toast bread. It's not toast until after you toast it.
Yeah, maybe you'd have to tell that to Mario. Good movement here at start of Snow Kingdom for EEK. Looking pretty good. Not going to be getting that clip. He looked a little too far away from the wall. Oh, this is the room I need to go into. I was doing a sandbox race the other day, and I was like, I literally can't remember where I need to go for any percent in this room. I'm just like, I don't run any percent too often, and I'm like, ah, shoot, where am I going? I guess I gotta go into this room. Wait, no, brain, that's the shards room. Don't do that. Oh, well, we're going for it.
I mean, you can go anywhere, it's just what's faster, you know?
Exactly. All right, and as we see PsioNIck here, finally into the Snow Kingdom, both runners once again in the same kingdom at the same time. Love to see it. You get ready for some of that Goomba movement.
These Goombas, you know, they can be a hecker sometimes, and you can avoid doing them with a frame-perfect trick called Icicle Corner Clip. There are very few people that do it in RTA runs. Most people do not.
No frame-perfect tricks in your RTAs? Unfortunate? Nah, totally understandable. You know, if it's PB attempts, I can understand it. But yeah, if you're in a race, I can totally understand not wanting to do that.
Well, I mean, most people don't even go for it in PB attempts.
Oh, for sure.
So, not to say that anyone won't ever, but you know. Because I never say never, because sometimes, you know, I could have swore that world record attempts were not going to go for 2DSS, but then they do. So, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm just like, I'm just not going to say it, because I'm going to be wrong.
Yep, Miss Frizzle does say never. You see EEK here, going for that snow dram. Gonna be getting it very clean. Nice. I did that. You know, that Spiny jumped into the poison all by himself.
Apparently he knew his fate and just decided to, you know, take matters into his own hands.
He's like, you're not gonna get me, Mario. I decide my fate. Poor guy.
PsioNIck almost just dove off the edge there. But he's fine. Everything's fine.
It's a good save. That other Goomba just playing with the edge as well. What are these guys doing over on PsioNIC's file?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Ooh, very nice triple jump there. Very fancy.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one of the instances of kind of bread and butter movement where top level players look so clean. You know, even though it's for that jump for Nick is not a difficult thing, you know.
All right, EEEK, 3 moons down here. Gonna be heading over for the cheap sheet for the chest clip. Or, well, for the chest, not necessarily the chest clip, but...
Yeah, I mean, he most likely will do fish and dips, which is the clip involving the chest, but
He does
we'll
have
see.
5 out of 7 attempts, so it's very possible he can get it. Oh, and
Yep, did do it, but
unfortunately...
might be clipping back in.
Yeah. Fortunately, clipped right back in. I think it's good. I feel like the community, if not the community, then at least here, I think the commentators and community have decided to settle on fish and dips for the name of that clip, since we do already have plenty of chest clips, and we already do have a fish clip in this kingdom.
True.
I still gotta say my favorite name for the clip in this kingdom is Wilco clip, because it has absolutely nothing to do with it.
Well, a lot of names have absolutely nothing to do with it, so you know. I mean, that's nothing new.
Yo, Champ Cal, true. This is indeed massive. We got a great race going on here. EEEK gonna be getting that fish clip. Very nice. PsioNIck now into Seaside here.
Yeah, so EEEK's route is slightly changed because he missed the fish and dips, and we'll have to go for some different ones.
All right, I hope everybody out there, hope you're all staying hydrated. I don't know if you knew, but this is the second instance of the run. To remind you guys, it's just, you know, it's a kingdom, it's full of water, it's nice and sparkling. You know, get yourself some hydration. Make sure that y'all are hydrated out there, taking care of yourselves. It's important.
I agree. Alright, PsioNIck, you're approaching the chest. Looks like an attempt for fish and dips for sure. That looks like he will stay out of bounds there.
Nice! Excellent. That's real good for PsioNIck. He's going to gain back a couple of seconds that EEEK missed. Also, NMC, yeah, it's basically... It is the same exact moons, just different timing and not quite as quick. EEEK going for salt triple here. Very nice. Gonna see a spiritless attempts here from EEEK. Oh, taking a bonk. That's gonna... Oh? Gonna be fighting
Caught the
spirit
loading
here.
zone.
Yeah, that definitely looked like an intentional choice in this instance.
Yeah, so his choices there were either die or fight the boss. And
I am...
decided to go with fight the boss.
I am definitely impressed that there was an area that he could stand on for like just a moment and save himself.
Well, those, I like to call them rock candy mountains. They do have lots of slopes on them, so you can stand on some parts of them.
I think one of my favorite things in this kingdom is that slope there right outside of the lava bubble, or the shards room. You could just roll up it, you get on top of it, and you just start rolling along it.
Yep,
It's just
you can.
so silly. And I love doing it.
Yeah, right for each spiritless attempt, right when he started his triple jump, but he was at kind of like a weird angle and kind of had to readjust things. So I'm not too surprised it didn't work for him, just because his angle just didn't seem right. And this is
Just like
the cliff that Anime was talking about. Oh no! Okay, fine. Okay, we're fine.
yeah, you can just roll right up that cliff. It's so silly, but it's really fun. EEK luckily not falling into the depths there and saving it.
However, if Eek would have died, he wouldn't have been too far away. So, I mean, it wouldn't have been a huge loss.
Ooh, very nice there for PsioNIck, and he's gonna get the spiritless attempt. So now we're gonna see some differences in the routing. PsioNIck might be able to get a little bit of time back here, since the spiritless is faster, but definitely much harder.
Yeah, optimally, PsioNIck could save about 10 seconds over Eek, but I do believe he's about a minute behind him, if I were to guess. But if they both played a very optimal Lunching Kingdom, then PsioNIck would save about 10 seconds over Eek.
Weird camera
Very
angle
nice
there,
slot.
Forks room. Great room to watch. Just such good movement.
It's kind of a banger too. Like the song, it's pretty good.
I actually heard the other day, I don't remember when it was. I think it was the last time I commented. I heard somebody that was talking about it. They're like, they don't like the spinning athletic theme. I'm like, why? It's so good though. It's so fun.
Yeah, like what the heck?
Now PsioNIC's turn in the Forks room.
Yeah, Strav is probably right. Like I said, you know, they would both have to play optimally for about 10 seconds apart, but Eek did not, you know, optimally jump into the Spirit Arena and such, so.
Right. All right, PsioNIC out of the Forks room. You're gonna see some cool move. Oh, and a nice roll boost dive here. Very awesome.
Very nice.
Turnip.
Jumping up to those turnips. Clean. You hadn't done Spirit Route in like 3 months before this? Dang. Well, you're getting your
Honestly.
practice then. You.
Yeah, very unfortunate. PsioNIC here going to be grabbing both turnip moons as they are required for the spiritless route. Oh, very nice throw there onto the forks. Zeke just becomes a giant pile of salt and crystal meat ready to go into the pot. And grab that moon,
Twitch the meat.
moon.
Alright, PsioNIC almost bought the hat there. That's cool.
That's new. I mean, he'd look pretty snazzy with it, but I feel like most people definitely buy the heart instead of the hat.
True. It's much more common to accidentally buy the heart than buy the hat. Alright, let's see this triple.
Oh, yeah. Gotten a nice single invis block jump. Looking great. Eke out at about a 44.09. PsioNIC hopefully going to be pulling back a bunch of time. Heading for the lava bubble room here. Very sketchy capture there, but making it work.
Yeah, so PsioNIC has to get the end of this moon here, gets one more by the Odyssey, and then he will be leaving.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna try to keep time. What did I say earlier? Like a 44:09? Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
While I keep an eye on the timer here, we can see EEEK in the dragon fight in their Urban Arts Kingdom, named after our wonderful sponsor for the Any% League, as well as other events on this channel, the Urban Arts Program.
Yes, they are an amazing program that helps underprivileged students get careers and go to college for video game design and computer programming. Half of those students being women. If you wish to donate, type !donate in the chat. There is a donation goal going on for them, which will help sponsor one of their programs. If you want information on Urban Arts, type !UA in the chat. Or you can ask the user Jason Urban Arts, who I saw earlier in here, about them.
It is true. We did see Jason. As you know, we love Jason here. Nice guy. Very, very supportive.
Hello, Jason. All right. Enemy, what was Nick's exit?
Nick's exit looked to be about a 45. I think. In the late 10s. I missed it again.
You said you were going to keep an eye on it.
I was, and I saw it was definitely over a minute. It is over a minute, but should be closer than it was before.
It's like a 36.
Okay, so
like 36. A minute and a half difference then?
Yeah, minute 28.
I can't believe
I look away from the chat. I look away from the chat for one, or I look away to the chat for one moment. Talk about our amazing sponsor, and I missed the timer.
Weren't in the right mindset. Damn, Nick. But it's understandable, though. You did have a lot of things happen in this run that probably didn't feel very good, so...
Thank you, Mats. About a 129 difference entering Ruined. Now we see a 47-24 leaving Ruined from EEEK.
You know, and that does go to show what Nick's saying, is that a lot of this can be mental. You know, if you're in the right headspace or not.
Ooh, very nice spin through there from EEEK. Grabbing that wire from pretty far away. Good triple jump as well.
On over to the ogre, no problem.
Alright, PsioNIck out with a 48-48. I got it this time, but I forgot the first time. But you know what? I'll take it. You know, that's why we love Mats. Mats is our stat guy here with the Cool Cat Gang.
Can PsioNIck sub hour? No, definitely not.
Oh! Cappy not capturing the shard there. EEEK having to lose a couple of seconds to go back and grab it. PsioNIck also with a very nice spin throw there as well. Very nice. Very nice. Ooh, gorgeous. Gorgeous start. All right, we see EEEK going for the topper fight first.
You.
Very nice. I have to say that I literally have no preference who does what here. I know for some reason it's pretty widely debated in the community who you pick first, but you know, it doesn't really matter.
No, but you know, it's just something for people to argue about.
PsioNIck, unfortunately, gonna be having to snag the bird for that, but probably gonna be saving a little more time over EEEK.
Our Bomba attempt.
Looks good.
Taking the words right out of my mouth. You know, people love arbitrary things to argue about. You know, that's
true.
Topper first or Harriet first is just one of those things. But I will tell you that most people don't just. Oh, he saved himself. He saved himself with the tram.
That is the second time I have seen somebody just almost die missing that dive. But
I can tell you, I've definitely seen people do that before. Luckily, he was able to save himself from dying.
And we see here PsioNIck also going topper first here. Looks like we got some topper buddies racing each other. Ooh, EEEK having a little bit of trouble getting to these boxes. Just a smidge.
You can go Topper first because Small One's rock tutorial did that. Gee, I wonder how many people that is actually true for. Because a lot of people in the early days of SMO did use Small One's route tutorial. So that's a fair argument. That may be true for a lot of people.
I actually go Harriet first, and I don't remember why.
I mean, there might not be a real reason.
No, there's definitely a reason. When I do my routing, when I started runs, I watched Top Runners, aka I went on speedrun.com and watched world record mid-cap runners so I could see what the heck they did.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, for any percent, I think Nick is the highest level any percent user that does Topper first. That I can think of on the leaderboards. Now it's Jambo? Oh, gotcha, okay.
EEEK here, getting ready for target acquired. Very nice. And that's going to be the mech right directly over here for EEEK. The PsioNIck going to be coming up.
Good mech
to the
for EEEK. PsioNIck's going to hope for the same thing. Now, mech is another place where you can bleed time if you fall off or have trouble getting onto it. So.
I think the worst fall off of a mech that I've seen is they're standing on top of it. The mech is, they knocked out Topper. The mech is running towards the wall. It hits the wall, and all of a sudden, Mario just clips through the mech. And he's on the ground. Literally nothing you could have done to prevent it. And it's like, why, game? Why would you do that? That's so rude.
Sometimes the game just do be mean, though.
Yeah.
See you, Jason. Have a good day.
Ooh, PsioNIck.
Good mech for Nick.
Also having a great mech, very interesting angle for that target acquired, but managing to snipe it anyway. And EEEK now a 54-58 coming
He
out of Bowser's
could
Kingdom.
sub-hour, but I mean, he would have to have like a gold for Moon probably. Yeah, he'd have to like play on gold probably for a sub-hour. It's not impossible, but very good. Moon would be needed.
Some good vectoring there from EEEK. Very nice.
But EEK doesn't necessarily need a sub-hour to get a lot of points or to win, even. So, you know, the difference of it being a 59-59 or a 100-00 in the grand scheme of things wouldn't make too much of a difference.
There you go, and PsioNIck gonna be out of Bowser's Kingdom at a 56-20.
So, a little over like a minute and like 22 seconds behind about.
Hello, camera. There we go.
Someone said just do TSS with like a forehead email, and you know some runners do 2DSS in runs. You know,
yeah,
it's not something that's like unheard of.
Yeah, we saw Tyrone do it the other day, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he does do it in runs, and he's pretty consistent at it.
The best
single wall
apples.
from Nick.
Very nice single wall.
Yeah, that was good.
Best fruit, either apples or pineapple, would be my choice here. I love apples so much.
Yeah, I can't chew apples, so
understandable.
So they're not my favorite.
A very, very clean Bowser here from EEEK. EEEK leading the fight actually just as PsioNIck enters it.
Yep. Alright, yeah. EEEK here in the escape sequence could have a very high sub-hour if it goes well. %, Hail Mary strat for Strav. Alrighty then. Yeah, and most people who do know how to do 2DSS are kind of like that, but there are a few people who can do it consistently enough to do it in most runs.
Yeah, it's evidently a very tricky thing. You gotta have a bunch of buffered jumps, and it's just like kind of tricky. All right, everybody get your cat jams out in the cat jams pillar room. We're gonna lead the way and break through these pillars.
I like that pun you made there. I got you, I don't care.
He's luckily not falling prey to actual garbage camera movement that automatically moves and feels all your speed. I'm still
Not
salty
quite a
about
sub-hour.
that.
Very good run. PsioNIck going for 2 DSS. First platform there. Ooh, got on the second platform. Couldn't quite get off of it. EEK taking the W there. 10006. Ooh, PsioNIck. Ooh, maybe.
Oh, unfortunate. Very close attempt there for PsioNIck.
Did get a good attempt off there. Not quite able to make it work, though.
And a death in the 2D section. Bowser's
Oh,
large
no.
feet just not large enough to stand on the pixel of block and falling right down into the ground. Very unfortunate.
That is not what you want to see. Yeah, the death is worth 5 points. For real, though. What Strav is referring to there is every 10 seconds you finish between your competitor will give you a point. So EEK will get 1 point for every 10-second difference between them. And because of that death, PsioNIck lost 50-ish seconds. Did go for 2 DSS there again. Got a good attempt off, not able to get it.
There we go. Gonna be getting that skip this time. Very nice. Ooh, and getting that skip. Excellent.
Alright, you can get some more cat jams in the chat for Nick and the pillars.
Definitely a fun thing about SMO races here like this is you do get to hear this song twice, and it's honestly a big banger.
It is a banger, for sure.
PsioNIck's having a little bit of trouble with that pillar, but getting it in the end, thankfully.
Clawing at that final block, heading into the final pylon. Gonna be zipping on back to the earth.
And that's gonna be a 102.45 for PsioNIck here in today's first race.
G, heckin' G.
Both runners playing pretty well today, but unfortunately, PsioNIck just unable to recover after his fall in Deep Woods.
If you get nothing, no, Nick, you still deserve points.
Absolutely.
You know, most people who, you know, come at this game, and if they were to get a 102, they would, like, pop the hell off. So...
I've just checked the schedule again. It looks like... I thought there was another race. It looks like...
I think that one might have been rescheduled.
For today. So the other race has been rescheduled. If you guys want to see who's racing next and keep up with the Cool Cat Gang here, please consider following the channel. You know, we're almost at 2K followers, and we really appreciate you guys giving it a heckin' follow. And once again, shout out to the Urban Arts Program for sponsoring this tournament, well, I guess it's a tournament, but this league, the 90% League for SMO.
Yeah, big thanks to them. If you want to learn more, !UA. If you want to donate to them, !donate. Consider it if you have the financial ability.
Saren, what if I'm already banned, though? I play tuba. I love tuba. Alright, that's going to do it for us here at the Cool Cat Gang. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in and watching these high-octane 90% League matches.